Hi everybody, Norman Van Aken here with the Treasure Book series. This big door stopper, some might say, this has to weigh 10 pounds. This book was given to me, and let me lay the groundwork of that. Actually, let me just tell you, it's La Cocina de Santi Santamaria, the chef of El Raco de Can Faves in the Catalan region of Spain. This book was given to me, and the circumstances are ones that bring me amazing memories. I was traveling in Spain with Janet and my dear brother, my great friend, Charlie Trotter, and his wife, and a few others. And we came to the town this gentleman's restaurant was in, San Saloni. And we had a wonderful lunch. I remember coming into the place and going upstairs after a quick, well, not so quick, but a beautiful show of the restaurant and his amazing range that he had down there. I think it was purple. It was just beautiful. Santi Santamaria, a big, well, friendly looking man, friendly face, kind of like his hair on top was about the same length as his beard. A jovial, gentle person. So we went upstairs to have this lunch. But this is a treasure book, so let's talk about the book for a minute. Yes, it's autographed, and I know that he wrote that, but I think this maybe is his signature, and maybe the sommelier signature is down here. It's a giant book. Right away, central to the philosophy of Santi Santamaria. Unlike others that he kind of battled with in Spain, other chefs, Santi was all about nature and the ingredients. And so in the beginning of the book, he gets straight into prized ingredients. The asparagus, this beautiful black and white of the asparagus here. What do we have next? I can't read it upside down. Now we've got the calcots and the garlic, and just beautiful love, the tomatoes, which ironically, of course, there were no tomatoes in Spain until Columbus, but that's for another time. Big, beautiful photography. This photography does remind me quite a bit of Charlie's books. Charlie had been, I'm sure Charlie had gone there once before us, and because he was well known to Santi Santamaria when we got there that day, Charlie was always ahead of all of us. Look at this in the book. This is just a beautiful card that they had from the restaurant, and sensational shellfish there. And what do I have this page marked for? Because I'm pretty sure it's not the same table setting, but I believe we had a long table set up right over here where we dined. Todd English was also at the lunch that day. Another fun person to travel with. Look at this. There's the brigade of chefs in the black and white photo. Takes me back to the Great Chefs of France book that I've also done a treasure book series on. And then here we have the menu that we had that day. And then Mr. Charlie Trotter, who was hosting. And then the menu, which I'll let you take a look at. Can you see that? It was all wines local to the region that were served with this lunch. And it was just a beautiful experience. It was delicate. It was, there was a serenity to the whole thing. Unfortunately, you won't be able to go back there and have him cook for you because Mr. Santamaria was struck down at a young age and passed away. Here is the article. I'm pretty sure this is from the New York Times. And it was the announcement of his passing, which happened at the age 53. Promoted Spanish cuisine. Mr. Santamaria was born on July 26th, very close to my birthday, 1957, a little bit after me, in the Catalan village of Sant Celoni. He gained recognition in the 1980s after opening a modest establishment in his family's farmhouse, El Rocco de Can Fabes, which he gradually upgraded, became a 3-star Michelin restaurant. He was the first Catalan to run a 3-star restaurant, and as such was in the forefront of a generation of chefs who helped draw the world's attention to Spanish cuisine. I can still remember, even though we probably had a fair amount of wine, but I can still easily remember standing there at the door right after he had given me his book and signed it for me. I spoke little Spanish and he spoke little English, but I had to ask. I said, "Chef, when did you open the restaurant? When did you buy the space?" Kind of a question. And he turned to a person who worked there with him to ask what I had said, and then they translated that. And then he smiled at me and he said, "I was born in this home. This was the house I was born in." And while that was dawning on me and putting that all in perspective, then he said, "And so was my father." This is not something that we have happen very often in America. Rarely do we have a situation where we have that longevity of being in one place for such a long time to gain the insight and understanding of the terroir. And that's our loss in the hustle bustle world that we live in. I think that we've exchanged some of the things that deepen life. If you haven't seen this movie, The Taste of Things, please do. A little bit of an aside here, but it's reminiscent of what I'm talking about, except for that takes place in France in the 1800s, and this took place in the 1990s when we went. So I'll put this back in the right place because it's not all in the same place. Anyway, this is the big book and it's all in Spanish. If you read Spanish, or if you're like me and you just don't care that you can't make it all out, you can try to make it all out. I've learned how to make many dishes by guessing about what the chef was putting down. And in some ways, the mystery of that maybe helped me make them a little bit in my own way too. Santi, Santamaria, I hope you're up in heaven and enjoying some amazing cuisine with some beautiful people. And we thank you for the memories. All right, everyone, that's it for this treasure book series. I'll talk to you again before long. Take care.